Welcome to PrivacyCast, India's leading privacy and legal technology from today podcast. We're going to talk about the future of paperless business, and especially from a legal perspective, because we have with us none other than Sapan Parekh. Sapan Parekh is a co-founder at Leegality, an ex-lawyer at SAM, left and started Leegality, and then they're doing amazing right now. So they called Sapan today at office, and we wanted to record something to talk about AI, how we have a paperless future coming in, how we are looking at DPDPA and how it's going to affect our overall legal work, right, that lawyers are doing out there in the market. So a bit about me. My name is Akarsh Singh. I'm the host here and looking forward. I'm also the Chief Privacy Officer and the co-founder at Tsaaro Consulting. So we look forward to a great conversation with Sapan today. Sapan, so when we look at a paperless future, right, so we're talking about paperless a lot nowadays, how do you see, what do you see is going to happen in next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, on which you're also betting big, right?
Right.
In terms, and we're talking specifically about the legal teams that are there outside.
Right.
So what do you see is going to change for them? What automation is going to come in? How do you see it happening?
Right. So thank you so much for the invitation and thank you for hosting such a lovely podcast. So the question is very pertinent, and I think India today recognizes what paperless is, and that is largely due to the UPI moment we've had in 2016, the demonetization moment we've had. Most of the transactions today are currency-less, so to speak. They're all through UPI. So in the next few years, what we are going to see is paperless transactions when it comes to documents. So the country recognizes what paperless should be. We just, as legal tech providers, need to provide and be where they are, provide them solutions which is easy for them to adopt, which is safe, which is compliant, and with that, I think the move to paperless can be easier, or it can take 10 years, but we need to get there in 2 years.
So paperless, when we look at paperless, I think what you're saying is the future is already paperless.
Yeah.
The question is, are we adopting it or not, right? The legal teams today, when you're working with them, where are they in the journey? How would you define journey for them? Like, is there a differentiation that you're working with right now? And let's talk about India.
Right.
Is there a sector-wise differentiation that you see in terms of legal tech adoption in India?
Right. So I would say, I would categorize this as maybe not sector-wise, but team-wise. What we see as the business teams as more pro-technology in what they adopt. So you've had the Salesforce and the Zoho of the world helping them and digitizing their processes, which were earlier all on Excel or handwritten notes. They have been digitized in the last 10 years. Legal teams are now on the initial 0 to 1 digital phase. So now they are adopting digital tools for managing cause lists. They are adopting digital tools for document execution. So this is a new beginning for them. This is where we are seeing conversations about what else can people adopt in terms of legal tech solutions. So today they are talking about digital execution, then they are talking about digital contract management. We have heard murmurs about people wanting AI solutions to this, so we can maybe talk a little bit about that as well, how AI can solve their problems, because today a lot of people are using ChatGPT in their personal lives, right? They're planning a vacation.
And in scanning contracts.
Yeah, yeah.
And making templates.
Correct. So people want to know what AI can do for them when it comes to document management as well. And
so
of course,
when you look at, and I think let's also take the elephant in the room and discuss about it. When you have also been building a journey in India on paperless, where the legal tech has been your thing,
right?
How do you see legal tech getting transformed with AI in coming times?
Right. So there is a balance that needs to be there between how much AI to use and where to use it. If you use AI in terms of contract execution, practically you don't want to make it too easy for a contract to be signed, because the whole point of contract is to capture the right consent, capture the right timestamps, capture the right moment of consent in the contract signing part. So you don't want too much AI. However, you would want AI layer on top of it, where if a contract needs to be understood, you should be able to extract those terms, right? If a contract needs to be sort of a meta-analysis has to be done of hundreds of contracts, then AI should be used. However, in certain aspects, you don't want to use AI because the data may not be 100% reliable. Today, I don't think anybody can claim the AI data is 100% reliable, right? But nothing else is anyway.
It's as simple as somebody using a chat GPT for contract.
Yes.
They can't rely on it.
Correct.
Yeah, so
So it needs to be a balance between
exactly.
how much manual input is being put in, expert input is being put in, right? The expert part is very important. It's not just manual. Expert input is being put in, how much AI input is being put in, and a balance of the two should give better results than what it is today, either in a digital mode or it's being done physically.
How do you see future of consent in India, right? When we talk about a consent infrastructure that we have, that everybody is building in their organizations.
Right.
When we look at just as simple as giving somebody their data subject rights.
Right.
So what do you see is gonna happen, is happening? What is the chatter in the market? What is the implementation in the market? Over to you, Sapan.
Right. So consent, a lot has happened in the last 10 years in terms of the regulatory guidance we've received. There has been 2011 rules, there are Supreme Court judgments around it. Unfortunately, both businesses and individuals have not gotten the right sort of instruction as to where to go. So we've had businesses take data rights to its extreme. We've had individuals take consent to its extreme, right? So now we are somewhere coming with the DPDP Act. We are coming in the middle where the government and the executive wants you to balance the two. So we would want companies to innovate, would be technologically forward, but at the same time would not want misuse of data, right? So you need consent for each action. At the same time, individuals should be able to withdraw such consent, but you can only withdraw limited amount of consent. You should not be able to impact the service that is being rendered. So it's a very nice balance that has been achieved with DPDP Act, and we'll see the nuances in the DPDP rules. So hopefully in the next 2, 3, 4 years, with industry bodies playing a very good role, industry providers playing a very good role, some more balance will be achieved, and it's definitely going to be a better outcome than what it is today.
Yeah, also like for our listeners, right?
Yeah.
We generally have this thought process in the end of the session is, can you tell us a bit about yourself, right? And probably here about legality, right?
Sure.
What was that? When did Apple fall on your head?
Right.
And what happened? How did you start? Some some moments of the journey.
Right.
So I would love to know more about you.
Right. So I consider myself as one of the new age lawyers. I was practicing law for a few years, but I don't think I've kept the lawyer hat away. I still wear it on and off. Back like 10 years ago when I was practicing law, and still today, the way it's practiced today, it's very paper heavy. It's very memory heavy. Tools are not there. Tools are not implemented. Tools are very expensive. And that was the moment, right? This is not really driving the country forward. It may drive one matter forward, but it's not going to drive a country forward. And that is when I joined my batchmate from University, Shivam, who's the founder at Leegality. I joined him in 2018, and it's been 7 fruitful years. We've digitized journeys in 500 corporates today, the largest banks, the largest manufacturing entities, and it makes me feel good that as lawyers,
it makes all of us feel good that an Indian product company
Yes.
in legal tech is doing so well, right? It makes everybody around feel good, because the thing is, we also have to look at our infrastructure.
Right.
So when we look at our infrastructure and our products, I think Leegality is doing great, and we are super happy about it.
Right. Right. Thank you so much. It's the ecosystem after all, right? It's multiple entities playing their small and large parts, including and due credit to actually companies who want to do it. And consumers who are asking for it. So there's a nice competition between companies to digitize first, and that we've seen play out very well.
Yeah, I think that's where we are headed as well, right? In terms of a paperless future.
Yes.
I think right at time for legal. I think legal tech. You guys are here. So yeah, great conversation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to the office and joining us for the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sapan, and have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.